What's up guys, and welcome back to a brand new video, and we're back for another episode of the F1 2018 career mode. And yes, you can see this time we're going around Canada, and this is the driver's standings for what it looks like at the moment in the drivers championship. We are third, 27 points behind the two Mercedes, Valtteri Bottas to be specific. And if you want to know what happened in the last, why we lost so much points, check out the last video. I'm not going to leave any spoilers, so there'll be a card on the screen now, and yeah, you can check it out to see what happened. But moving on with this weekend, so far so good. Canada has not really been an issue for us. As you can see from the practice programs, so far is so good. And we accumulated about 451 resource points at the end of the session. So yeah, pretty much it looks positive for us as the weekend progresses, and the setup of the car generally feels good. And yeah, so looks like we're gonna get hopefully we can salvage something from compared to whatever happened last episode. Hopefully you guys got a good enough spoiler alert. So, but now we head straight away to qualifying, and immediately we got a hydraulic fault in the braking system, so we're gonna have to wait for 3 minutes. Sit tight for a bit. Yeah, so we're gonna have to skip that, and but in the end we're just gonna continue on, and we're gonna see what time can we set basically on this final run. We set a 110 flat as a banker, so we're gonna have this final run and see what can we do from there. We're gaining 3 tenths through the first sector, and we're coming up to the first sector split now. Yeah, 3.5 tenths up, not 3.5 seconds. That's way too quick, isn't it? But they're now coming into this next corner right here, missing the apex slightly, and that loses quite a bit of time, but hopefully, we accidentally paused there, but all good. Now heading to the hairpin now. Can we get a good exit? I wonder. Yep, we do get a very good exit, and we're now 3.384, 380 tenths up on our delta time, and Alonso's getting a decent slipstream behind us as well, and we head into the chicane very nicely there, 4 tenths up on our time, and across the line now. What is it going to be for us?
Okay, that's pretty disappointing, but we can turn it around tomorrow.
So it's only P10, but I don't know why the team's being disappointed. Being Canada power tracks, so to be honest, I am quite happy with the result. We see Alonso only managing P13, so yeah, I say we did a pretty decent job, to be honest. But the team thinks differently, so
make sure you join us then.
Alright, yeah. So yeah, as Crofty finishes his commentary, now we can proceed with ours, and yeah, so far I'm not too I feel good about qualifying. At least we're matching Alonso, as you can see, and this is the resource points we gained from the qualifying session. 135 good load of resource points, 625, and yeah, although we dropped the rep a bit, but still it's not that bad. Now we are going to continue on to the race.
We're back once again beside the St. Lawrence River here in Montreal for the Canadian Grand Prix. The event first moved to a variant of this track back in 1978. It was won by none other than Gilles Villeneuve, the first Canadian to ever win his home race, and in whose honour the circuit would be renamed. It's a tricky circuit to tackle in wet conditions, with top speed still of critical importance down the long back straight. There are 2.7 miles and 14 corners overall on a circuit that in the dry can see average lap speeds of around 130 miles per hour. We'll be lucky to get anywhere near that today. So before the off, let's remind ourselves of yesterday's qualifying session with a look at the starting grid. Sebastian Vettel will start on pole. Fantastic qualifying from the multiple world champion. And Lewis Hamilton completes the front row. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Bottas, Raikkonen, Daniel Ricciardo and Verstappen, Hülkenberg, Perez, Ocon and Khan, Grosjean, Sainz, Fernando Alonso and Hartley, Magnussen, Leclerc, Lance Stroll and Sergei Sorokin. Gasly, they'll be starting further back after an earlier grid penalty. And Marcus Ericsson rounds off the grid. And with lights out just moments away, it's time to go down to the track.
You're lower on the grid than we wanted. See to it that we improve throughout the race.
So now we are ready for the Canadian Grand Prix. So yeah, as you can see, we're tackled by wet weather conditions. So yeah, that's unfortunate that seeming that our wet pace isn't really as good as looking back on previous races, wet weather isn't really a good thing for me. But hope we'll give it our all, and we'll give it our best. So hopefully it all is well. So now we're going on the formation lap, and yeah, the pull away seems good, I guess. Hopefully we can get on a good start and try something from there. So it will, as you saw on the pit strategy, it's going to dry up at the end of the race, so we might see some dry tire running in the end as well. So hopefully, yeah, that's where we could possibly shine and show off our McLaren gains basically. But 5 red lights to the Canadian Grand Prix, and we are green, so we are away for the Canadian Grand Prix. It's been a very good start from us, and we immediately overtake the Force India of Sergio Perez down the inside of Ocon, going deep into turn 1, but going round the inside of the 2 Force Indias now. Can we hang it down the inside? Yes, we do manage to hang it, and we're now going straight to try and overtake Hülkenberg, Nico Hülkenberg, and see if we can capitalize on gaining more positions from the starting phases here. We are now currently in P8, so it's a very good start from us, overtaking 2 cars off the start. And but as you can see, we're losing touch of Hülkenberg and losing the back end massively. So, and we're having to defend from Perez now. So Perez going to around our outside. We're gonna defend the inside, give him just enough room. As you can see, Perez lost a massive amount of time doing that move there. As you can see, he gets tagged on our rear end of our tire, and luckily he didn't manage. He managed to cut the half spin, but now he's being overtaken by all the cars behind him basically. But he's not giving up. He's giving Hülkenberg a good fight there, and Hülkenberg is going to have to fight his way. But eventually he manages to keep Perez behind for now. As you can see, there's yellow flags behind this, and looks like it's for Lance Stroll here. So as you can see, there's unusual amount of smoke coming out of his Mercedes-powered Williams, and he's going very slowly, and it looks like it's an unfortunate engine failure for him at his home race. So that's massive calamities for him to just basically not finish, not even reach the half race distance, let alone finish. So it's really unfortunate for him.
It's not a perfect situation, but I don't think we have call to move on to a different tyre yet. Full wets seem like the best tyre for now.
See, as you can see, Perez tried to move on this, but ultimately he lost a lot of time in doing that, and now we are, Perez is going for another go into the hairpin on the next lap. Down the outside he is. We defend the inside line very nicely, and he has to stay behind for now. So as you can see, Jeff is offering us, suggesting us a new strategy call, and at first you can see we decided to go against it, but as you can see now, at the end of that lap, we decided to come in because everyone ahead of us has come in to do the same strategy. So I thought we shouldn't risk it and just do what everyone else is doing, because in the wet there's no point risking it, because well, if everyone's faster than you, then and the gap you saw to Hulkenberg is massive. So we're coming out of the pits, and I think we are just going to come out just ahead of Hartley. Yeah, so Hartley is now just, well, he is behind us and he's now holding up Perez, so that is good for us. As you can see, cut all the way to lap 16, literally nothing happened in between this thing. And we're losing the backhand massively here. DRS is now enabled, and Jeff is suggesting us a new strategy now. And we're gonna accept it and go into the pits by the end of this lap. Change into a set of super soft tires and I believe going to the end. And yeah, so it's gonna be well, hopefully we can try and salvage something, because look at that, the gap to Hulkenberg is literally a postcode away. So yeah, we're coming in the pits. Hulkenberg is just already exiting the pits. So yeah, we're gonna have to push a lot, but I don't think we're gonna have the pace to do that. So we're now into the pits for our final stop, and as well as everyone behind us, the Force Indias, Toro Rosso, Renault, Haas, everybody basically coming in for their stops and yeah, final stops. And as you can see, Sainz gets held up massively by the train of cars behind them, and as well as our teammates, you're gonna see he gets held up the most, I think. He's just been waiting there for a good long amount of time when he comes out ahead of the Sauber. And now look at that, everybody is pretty much happy hour now. Everybody's setting fast lap after fast lap after fast lap, and yeah, so even ourselves are doing fastest in the first sector. But yeah, gap to Hulkenberg has been pretty big, as you are seeing now. Hulkenberg is already at the hairpin, and we're only at the second sector.
The car ahead is 19.8 seconds.
Yeah.
They're on fresh super softs. Their tyres are 2 laps old. The time last lap was a 1:14.8.
Yeah, Jeff just confirming the gap. It's 19.8 seconds, so that's a massive gap to Hulkenberg, and I don't think we're gonna be able to close up that big of amount of a gap. So we're still gonna push on, as you can see, setting the personal best after personal best. 2 tenths up on the second sector.
Seconds. We're dropping back by a second per lap.
Yeah, so, but even that, Hulkenberg still is pushing himself. So we're basically just catching each other up as much as we can. And coming to the final stages of the race, well, this is the only action we get, pretty much. Lap car, well, we being lapped by the leaders, Vettel and Hamilton respectively. And yeah, lap 34, we're gonna finish the race in this position across the line, and I must say it's a pretty decent result, I must say. Even though the team is saying they're gutted, I still think we did quite a good job. Even though we didn't, well, it was lower than what we could do possibly, but that was due to the rain. So yeah, but in the end I was still happy with the result, because yeah.
Davidson, give me your thoughts. How did they accomplish this result?
I feel like consistency was probably the key today. There's being quick, and then there's being quick lap after lap after lap. If you can do that, you can capitalise on other people's errors without making many of your own. And that's an approach that can push you a long way up the field.
Here come our winning drivers then, out onto the podium at the end of a thrilling Grand Prix. The drama and excitement are over, and it's time to let it all sink in. Congratulations to our top 3 today. So then, it's time to see how this result affects the Drivers' Championship. It's a good result for Lewis Hamilton, who moves further ahead at the top of the table. Moving on to the driver of the day then. Anthony Davidson, who would you go for?
Well, you've put me in a bit of a tight spot today, but I think I'll go for Pierre Gasly. He kept a cool head under pressure and made the most of some difficult circumstances.
On to the constructors then. Mercedes have extended their lead at the top of the standings. Meanwhile, a strong weekend from Red Bull this time out, and they improve their position in the championship. There'll be plenty more twists and turns to come this season. I hope you can join us at the next race to see just who will come out on top.
So yeah, that has been the Canadian Grand Prix, and well, as you can see in the Drivers' Championship, we lost out massively, even though we got P8, and well, hey ho, well, this is how things work, I guess. And McLaren isn't really a championship winning car yet, so we're still gonna fight on and try to get to the top, bring McLaren back to the top, and here we talk to Claire.
Amazing performance out there. You must be really happy. Do you have any comments about the collisions?
This question I wasn't really sure which one, because as you can see, we didn't really make much, but well, we're gonna go with the wear on the car is not really helping us
It must be
out.
gutting to miss out on a podium due to penalties. Do you think it was the right call by the officials?
This was a very confusing question, as we were nowhere on the podium and we did not get any penalties, so we're gonna go with that answer, but it unfortunately
Well, that's everything.
decreases our reputation within McLaren. So, well, that's unfortunate to say the least, but well, that's how that's how the cookie crumbles sometimes. But yeah, let's see, in a rivalry, we tied up with our rival Fernando Alonso, and well, not too far back from Max. And these are the qualifying, the resource points we get from this race, and we accumulated 913 out of that. And yeah, there's the reputation with the McLaren dropping. So that's unfortunate in a way, but yeah, but that has been.
Let's hope for a better race next time out, eh?
Yeah, right. Okay, Jeff's definitely not happy, but yeah, that has been this video for today, guys, and make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new for more of these F1 2018 videos, as well as other racing game content. And yeah, other than that, I will see you guys in my next video. Peace.